hello. Where the fuck am I? There I am. Hello, welcome. Welcome back to some more Ace Attorney Investigations. We're getting close to the end of the game. As I saw, there are 6 parts left, and I did the math. Considering I'm taking next Thursday off because it's a holiday for us Americans, at least. Yes, next week is Thanksgiving, so I am taking Thursday off. So, the finale of Investigations, I assume, is going to be December 7th. So we'll have a whole month of festivity and horror. This is when we have 2 months pretty much. Because we have until 24th before the Apollo Justice Trilogy comes out. And that's just like, I could start something like Gate Zero, but I don't know how long horror game I picked out and Condemned Criminal Origins is gonna take. And plus I still have to do the Objection.lol special, which I'm planning for to be December 9th. I know that's a Saturday, but it'd be a fun little stream in the just a fun little afternoon stream for in case if I'm doing anything that day, so I would like evening free. So, and then yes, of course, December 2nd is the Nitro Learns Genshin. And the 19th through the 21st is Turnabout Christmas. So be prepared for that. So those are kind of all the big events we have going on for the rest of the year. So the assets and the formal design outfit, like I said, still working on those kinks. I have ideas for the assets, but it's not like I want to commission them all at once, to be honest, if you know what I mean. So, I don't know what else to say. I talked about like all the big things for the rest of the year. So, I'm kind of at the standpoint of, do I or do I not want to start anything like the next big thing, which would be Gate Zero. Do I want to start that before the Apollo Justice Trilogy comes out, or do I want to wait and hold off until the Apollo Justice Trilogy does come out? Because, like I said, I do have the 2 horror games, the Objection.lol stuff, and I think that's the only other big milestone that has to be reserved for, friend stuff. So I guess in hindsight we should just, continue on with investigations. That's what we're here to do, after all. So, continue. Turnabout Ablaze, middle, part 1. March 14th, 7:44 p.m. CM Drum Neutrals lobby. Hold on. Let's reset the ROM. I said reset. Oh, I should probably hit play then. Nothing really happened, so we're good, right? March 14th, 7:44 p.m. CM Neutralis lobby. Oh, that's just gonna happen regardless, I guess. Count off! 1! 1! Shit! 99 callouts. All 99 members are most likely here and accounted for, sir. Are most likely. Hey, you! Yeah, you! The second one from my right. Oh, right. Because everybody's number 1 because they're all the best. Yes! Sir, yes? Here, a birthday present for you. Uh-huh. Shoot! I didn't know you knew all of our birthdays. What a kind heart you have. Shifu, you're more of a man than we'll ever be, sir. I'm really sorry, but it's not my birthday. She's like, here's a birthday present for you, but it's not my birthday. Take it anyways! Lang Shi says, a cub who disrespects another soon feels the disciplinary bite of an elder. That present isn't for you. It's for your younger brother's wife. It's for your younger brother's wife's younger brother. What? Tell him I said hi and happy birthday, won't you? Yes, sir! What a kind soul he is. Lang Shi says. Shoof! I can't believe you remembered that much about each of us. Shoof! I'm moved by that. I can't stop crying! I should probably leave them to their alone time. Alright, meeting's over, everyone. Head to your post. Also, I love this meeting. I love your son. Dismiss! Sir! Yo, were you guys in here the whole time? I got a call from Tina. She already filled me in. Sounds like you're out to get in my way again. No, I'm just here for the truth, man. I have absolutely no intention of interrupting your investigation. I simply request that you grant me permission to investigate the Albin heist in emissary. What if I say no? I got a woman with a whip who's my boss for the time being. Objection! Thanks, Francesca. Ancient Lane, this man is my subordinate. As I have received permission from the ambassador, he has right to extend the same. He has extended to the same rank. Sorry, sis, but it's not that simple. Arson has the strictest immigration regulations in the world. Didn't you know? Even among my elite men, only half of them were admitted into the country. Besides, any more cooks in the kitchen, and we might soil the soup, if you get what I mean. How dare you make assumptions! Don't take this the wrong way, but I thought I was in charge of Elspeth, Miss Von Karma. Look, try to understand, okay? Things over in Elspeth are a bit of a mess right now. What do you mean by a bit of a mess? No one told you? We had an incident in Alabas as well. What are we adding to the list of crimes that happened tonight? This is what we call a decision based on the investigation, Mr. Prosecutor. Look, Wolfie, just let us in already. Is there a problem here, Agent Lang? Not really. Just having a discussion whether or not to let these guys in. Ambassador Alba, I ask that you please allow these people to join the investigation. Having debates because of my country. I'm terribly sorry for placing you good people in that kind of situation. Is it because I lack the strength to govern well? Please, it is nothing of the sort, Ambassador. You weakling, acute Alcurus, curse your fatality and inability to effect change in your country. Well, what are you? The thing is, investigations conducted in my country have been under Agent Lang. And it's my judgment that in order to minimize disruption in the investigation, I should leave everything up to Agent Lang. There, you see? But, oh, no way! Yeah, hold it this time. Ambassador Al, I've asked that you please reconsider letting them into Alabast. What's that? My very own secretary has been murdered in Balashli Embassy, and he was apparently caught up in some very shady dealings, completely unbeknownst to me. So I ask that your cooperation in our investigation. Aren't these aren't much, but I hope that they can cover your travel expense to Bala someday. Alright, I get it. Even if you beg the Ambassador Alba, I still have to give the final okay anyway. Alright, you heard that, Mr. Edgeworth. We're in! Not so fast, my little crow girl. You're still witnessing the Bala murder. So I'd like you to please stay in the Republic of Bal. Sexy Gumshoe, please take good care of Kay for me. Yes, sir! Sounds good to me. The fewer troublemakers, the better. Yeah, you don't want these two interrupting. You know they would. I'm here for logic. I'm here for two things: logic and reasoning. Okay, I am a man of logic and reasoning. That's not what I said. Or much deeper. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? I wanted to ask for a while now, but that lady over there, is she who I think she is? Yes, that's right. I didn't introduce the two of you yet. Francesca Von Karma, the prosecutorial prodigy. It's nice to see you again. Oh, I knew it! You're the whip lady! You may address me as Miss Von Karma. Miss Von Karma, I'll leave the investigation of Alabast in your hands. Thanks. Rest assured, I will outsmart both the smuggling ring and the Yatagatsu. The smuggling ring, huh? Perhaps I should ask Francesca a bit more about them before I head into Alabast. Oh, and I mustn't forget to thank Ambassador Palomno for all that he has done for me. Oh, can't leave. I actually have to go talk to them. Let's talk to Gumshoe and Kay first. They're my partners in crime. But not actual crime, I'm a prosecutor after all. Detective Gumshoe, I'm counting on you to keep Kay safe. Yes, sir! You just leave everything to me, sir! And don't worry, I'll take good care of Gummy for you. Thanks, Kay. We'll go investigate into the Bahel side of things together. Right, Kay? That's right, Gummy! All they are missing is the last stooge. Yeah, but because he's going into Alabast now. Sorry, I had to make that joke. Ambassador Palomno, I am in your debt. And stop being in everyone's debt, Edgeworth. That's how people end up murdering. No, it's nothing. Because it's all I can do for you, I'm afraid. I only ask that you please bring Manny's killer to justice. I will, Ambassador, on my honor. Wow, you're so sensational. You really piqued my curiosity. I know there aren't much, but I'm giving them to you wholeheartedly. No, that's quite alright. Oh, well, how about this and then? And what exactly is it? It's fountain pending, known as Balashi ink. It's made exclusively in Balaha. So this is Balahis ink. We make it from white crystal oil, which is mined through our mineral mines. Please accept this ink. One dip in your fountain pen in this, and you can write for hours in your organizer. How fortunate for me. The ink in my pen just happened to run out. I gladly accept your gracious gift. Because there will be evidence. Great! Wonderful! I guarantee that your writing with our ink is an unforgettable experience. And since we don't export it, if you run out, you're always welcome to come and visit our fair nation. Talk about cornering the customer along with the market. Alright. Francesca, what's about the smuggling ring? You made so much progress in your investigation in such a short period of time. It's truly amazing. Agent Hicks, whose help I requested, was cut down before he completed his task. There's no room for further failure in my perfect investigation. In spite of that, I believe you were able to obtain some insight into the ring, correct? It's nothing. I simply made some deductions based on the smuggled item I was following. You mean the Balahis ink? But why are there restrictions on the exports of Balahis ink to begin with? That's classified Interpol info. Francesca, as your subordinate, I am a part of your investigation. Don't you think it would be beneficial if I was well informed as you? Point taken. Very well. I'll fill you in. Recently, we discovered some very well-made counterfeit bills circulating in Xingfa. Counterfeit bills. Yes, as you may have deduced, the counterfeits are being made with Balahis special Balahis ink. And it's virtually impossible to distinguish the bills made with Balahis ink from the real ones. Thus, it was only natural for Interpol to keep an eye on the Republic of Baja. Thank you. That's where this document comes into play, correct? Correct. Mr. Kuchman was smuggling large amounts of Balahis ink. Furthermore, he was in charge with running the ambassador's printing equipment. That's all the evidence I need to know that he was the head of the smuggling ring. However, there remains one tiny problem. Let me guess. You still have to find the counterfeit bills or the smuggled ink. Yes. While we're listing things, I might as well add the counterfeit plates to the pile. Counterfeit plates? Since we haven't been able to locate any of the items in the Balahis embassy, we're looking into the Alabastinian embassy next. It doesn't matter where they're hidden. Mark my words, I will find them. Well, shall we get going? What's wrong, Kay? I didn't get permission to enter Alabast. So we're gonna gather gather whatever info we can over on the Balashi side, okay? Alright, I'm counting on you two. Right, and I'm counting on you and Miss Von Kerman to sniff out clues in Alabast. Oh, and Mr. Edgeworth, if you happen to come across my phony, you let me know, okay? If you tell me, I'll rush you straight over, no matter where you are. You didn't get permission to go in. I'll let you know when the time comes. Ambassadors. Go! What do you think you're doing to my subordinates? Francesca, don't hit the steel feel like the Steel Samurai? The actor, you know, Will Powers. I'm in a really big particle, your lordship. The Raven, it appeared, poof, and then disappeared. Shoosh. And though I thought I have the Steel Samurai, my sword, it's I'm confused. I don't know what anything means anymore. Who's this fruitcake? Right, Francesca, you probably never met him. On the anime, you do. Kind of. I think in the anime, she would meet him, but game-wise, she wouldn't. Because this is again, the whole, thing with, and this also officially proves that this takes place before at least Bridge to the Turnabout! Because that's when she would know who Larry, because I believe Larry testifies on the first day, so that means Francesca would have at least know who he is. So if she's asking who is this fruitcake, then yeah, she this is before trial. This is before Bridge to the Turnabout. I'm Larry of the House of Butts. Married Nana, the Neo Tokyo lady, my lady. Francesca, you have my full permission to smack him silly with your whip. Now I remember. This person is one of your friends, isn't he, Miles? Yes, I'm friendly enough. He is. Gave me $39 one time. Great. You'll hear all about that in about a month. Hey, what's up with that answer? Your best bud is in a bind, and you act like it's no big deal. I would consider a certain defense lawyer more my best bud over you. What sort of bind are we talking about here? It's the suspect guy! Again? Larry, stop. He accidentally became a suspect in a murder! Alright, 2 murders! Arson! What else is happening tonight? I see. That's quite fine. Not that we're in the least bit surprised. Yes, I pretty much expected this news. From the instant I saw this unlucky face. His name is Larry Butts. I've known him since grade school, and for as long as I've known him, when something spells, it's usually the Butts. He's been the world's largest source of trouble with the capital T. Hey, what kind of introduction is that? You're so mean, Edgy! You're not careful, you might find your tiny number of friends go down by 1. I have no friends. Just acquaintances I have to deal with. That was uncalled for. Besides, wait, hold on. Larry! Was it you? You're the one who wrote the Steel Sam. You're the one who wrote the Steel Sam. Am I right? Autograph? Oh yeah. Didn't you notice earlier? I winked at you through my headpiece. Ah! What's going on? And why are you being red? Everything I know is a lie! Sorry, but could you not speak to me right now? Oh, sorry, am I interrupting your comedic yet melodramatic play? I'm sorry, I can't stop laughing over the stupid shit that's happening. Alright. Serious game is on. Oh, shit. incident you mentioned earlier. Mr. Prosecutor, this man, this childhood friend of yours, is our prime suspect. Of what you ask? Murder. Of the murder of the man who snuck into this emissary. Mass Day Masquerade 2! Wait. Hold up. I need to look at dates. Nobody's stolen the stolen turnabout. Wiki. So, and this is Turnabout Ablaze. I just need a date. Okay, so So wait, actually, hold on. Now I'm confused. So this is now turned into Nitro gets her official answer of when does this take place? Oh, before or after Bridge? Oh, so this whole game takes place a month after Trials and Tribulations. Oh. Mass Day Masquerade 2. Only Larry can get himself into another mess as fine as this. And no matter what the facts say to Larry, but no matter what the facts seem to say, Larry is not the type to commit murder. But still, it's a rather daunting stroke of misfortune I have struck. It has to prove that Larry Butts is innocent of all wrongdoings. Because, you know... Dude, we have identified the victim! Good work. I'll take the report now. Agent Lane, would you mind if I took a peek at it as well? What did I tell you earlier, Mr. Prosecutor? Don't get in my way. There's only enough flesh in here to feed one wolf. And that one is me. So no, you may not take a peek. But Agent Lane! Detective Bad! Stop! Agent Lang, will you allow an investigator such as myself to take a look? Ah, yes, of course. You let the detective see the file. You're Detective Bad. You're the prosecutor, Mr. Edgeworth, right? Fancy meeting you here, detective. You weren't expecting me. Oh, I was, kind of. Ever since that day, 7 years ago, I've chased after the Yatsugatu non-stop. I've been pressured into coolant, keeping me in the loop in case a card was ever found. An incredible dedication to a case. Detective Bad knows the Yatsugatu MOs very well, and his passion for the chase hasn't died down these 7 long years. It's something I can respect. But Detective Bad, I must ask, are you going to make an ally out of this prosecutor? My only goal is to arrest the Yatsugatu. If you can get to the bottom of this case, then I'm willing to share info with him. I'm in your debt, Detective Bad. Alright, first things first, gotta show Bad the... Let's see if he's changed a bit in the 7 years. Detective Bad, I'm wondering if you might be able to tell me something about this. Sorry, but I don't give a hoot about things that aren't related to the Yatagata. Ha! Looks like nothing about you has changed in these 7 years, huh? Daughter of Von Karma, you're still just a sapling of a prosecutor, so... I'll have you know that I've already gone into the state of the tree of a stately tree of a prosecutor. He's lost to a very, very beloved of a man. Is that right? Is he just toying with Francesca? He seems to be enjoying it quite a bit. Well, we do have something related to the Yatagata, so well, I'm wondering if you might take a look at this detective ad. Yeah, I heard. Coachman's dead. What a waste. Staring at his mirror with his eyes unfocused and his jaw clenched tight. Detective Bad. This is something you absolutely need to see. What is that doing here? I've been looking for that for 7 long years. It was in Coachman's pocket. Never in my wildest dreams did I imagine this turn of events. Without a doubt, this means that she is involved. That you woman. Wow, she's just been degraded to that you woman. I wonder if you might take a look at this detective. Yeah, I heard Coachman's dead. What a waste. Detective Bad, could you please take a look at this for me? I see. The truth that lies beyond this piece of evidence. It's not gonna be fun. Are you ready to take it on? Of course I am. I don't know how close you are to the truth, but there are only a few things I can say. So listen up and listen well. Don't ever lose your detective spirit. But that's something you should say to Gumshoe. That would be a good piece of advice if I was a detective. I'll go make sure to tell that to Gumshoe. Take a look at these for me. I see. Okay, so that's all the evidence. Initial investigation. About the murder of the Demath, too. Would you be willing to fill me in a few of the details? When the Yatagata showed up, Agent Ling and I took ourselves off guard duty and put ourselves in charge of directing things at this crime scene. Taking advantage of the chaos, Demath, too, he broke into this embassy. Probably to steal someone's treasure or another. And I suppose he lost his life when he was forced to fight someone else in this room. Why exactly is that man placed under arrest, detective? That samurai. He was born looking suspicious, but not for the reasons you suspect, I assure you. Because when something smells, it's usually the butts. As you can clearly see, he's completely harmless. Well, it was just a random guess. It's not like he's actually under arrest. Tonight, here at the Adversary Embassy, Ambassador Alba was to give a commemorative speech. That's when the Yatagatu showed up. Keep in mind that the Yatagatu isn't who I'm talking about right now. Those seats, for the guests who have been called to sit in them, were empty. A no-show. Who was it that failed to take their seats? The Steel Samurai. Until the speech was to begin, each member of the entire Steel Samurai family was to wait in separate rooms. However, for some weird reason, the man was spotted in a different location than his assigned room at the time. And where was he? He was on the roof, with one of his legs down a chimney. That chimney leads directly into this room. God damn it, you could put a knife in his hand and he would look suspicious. Larry Butts, you really outdone yourself this time. What were you thinking? Like I said, when something smells, it's usually the butts. In any case, I believe it's high time for me to start my investigation. Alright, first things first. Alright, when in doubt, always first thing first, talk to your partner. Yes? And, where did we leave off with the evidence for Francesca? I think we left off here? Miss Von Carmel, what do you think of this piece of evidence? Well, since you asked so nicely as my subordinate, I'll answer you. However, as your superior, I also must make sure that my subordinates grow on the job. Therefore, please gather your own thoughts together first and then try presenting again. A simple I don't have any thoughts about that would have sufficed. Recently, incredibly well-forged counterfeit bills have been found coming out of his Shinba. Counterfeits made using Bell and ink, that is. The smuggling ring that I have been chasing is the group behind the whole operation. Mark my words, no one involved in it will escape my web. They'll all know pain. What am I getting whipped for? And it's gonna be the same thing, right? Alright, let's talk to Francesca first. I only just arrived in this room myself, which is why we need to investigate some more. Yes, I agree. Our priority should be on understanding what the current situation is. Of course, I was planning to do that from the very beginning. In that case, hurry up and start the investigation already. I will, so let's get started! In order to find out the truth about what happened here, I should start by gathering as much information as I can. Master Masquerade. I see that yet another weirdo has popped up in my absence. Yes, and I understand it. He was a brilliant thief to whom the world was his oyster. Remember, the Master Masquerade was the stolen turnabout, so neither one of them were in the I don't think either one of these two were in the country. Because Godot was taking over the case. He stole extremely valuable objects, one after another, for a while. Detective Gumshoe was in charge of the case, and not once did he catch the Masquerade. I have already researched all that, you know. Last year, when Masquerade gave himself up and was finally arrested, he was apparently represented by that man. A certain defense attorney. That certain defense attorney. Knowing him, I'm almost curious as to how insane that trial must turned out to be. Oh boy! Oh boy! If you want, archive for Trials and Tribulations is on the YouTube channel if you must want to know how crazy that trial was. Indeed. Why would anyone want to kill Tim Masquerade? I should really find out some more about the victim. What exactly is that hideous fashion box pass of a costume he's wearing supposed to be? I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. No, you haven't. I was in charge of the Turnabout Samurai. But there's something different about that than when I remember. That costume is from the very first Steel Samurai, the live action superhero show on television, beloved by children and adults alike. He's just an adult because he doesn't want to admit that he likes it. Because, like I said, Edgeworth I'm headcanoning that Edgeworth is the biggest Steel Samurai dork. Why else would he help Will Powers in Turnabout Samurai? The Steel Samurai's weapon is the Samurai Spear, and it's with the Samurai Spear that he performs his special attacks, which is enthralled to watch it in action. You seem to know quite a bit. Not at all! In any case, Francesca! not at all! I don't know anything about the Steel Samurai. Why would I have his autograph? I wouldn't have his autograph or anything. What are you talking about? Such a dork. I believe the samurai you're familiar is the second one. The Nickel Samurai, which was a part of that case last year. Do you recall the case? Yes, I remember. Yeah, maybe you shouldn't have brought that up. She got fucking shot! Yeah, let's not bring up Farewell My Turnabout. I agree with Francesca's reaction. Let's not bring up Farewell My Turnabout. Although I'd much rather it stay barely in the depths of my mind. Same here, Francesca. Yep. That's why I'm so glad. I actually haven't checked the polls. Let's check the polls. Has anybody voted for Farewell My Turnabout? Announcements is such a mess. I should really organize the announcement stuff. Has anybody voted for Farewell My Turnabout? Good! No one has! I will gladly take the Steel Samurai over Farewell My Turnabout. Well, I mean, to be fair. Not as I blame her. She was shot during the course of the trial. I fear she may still be suffering great trauma over the shooting. Anyways, that aside, it looks like the Steel Samurai is in the suspect this time. Yes, although that's because who's inside the costume is rather than the character. Just like in Turnabout Samurai. Ah! That's right, if he's the Steel Samurai! Miles Edgeworth, have you been in shock over something this whole time? No, I'm not in shock over anything! I'm not in shock over that my best friend gave me the autograph for my favorite character. No, not in the slightest. Nope. Can't prove it. Nope. I'm not a big Steel Samurai fan. Nope, not at all. I want to forget that I had received that Steel Samurai autograph from Larry. The autograph, the drawing of the samurai, and the character on his face. Why did he waste so much time on the useless parts of the autograph? Hey, Edgy, did you say something? No, I did not say anything! I love how I'm losing my voice over just Edgeworth just being like, no, I refuse to admit anything. Okay, done talking to Francesca. Now let's actually investigate! Okay. First things first. Yes. Larry, there are a few things I need to ask you about. Hey, how about that? I got a few things that I gotta ask you too. What is it? It's like both you and him. How is it that two of you have always managed to have some cute or hot girl by your side? We didn't choose this life, man! Okay. Phoenix kinda did choose that life. Because he needs Maya around so that in case he needs Mia to give him advice. And Francie, what about that promise you made to me? You made a promise to him? Promise? What promise? The one where you said you would model for my next mukbang with Francie's whippy whip trip. Don't! I love my friend. There's a tears. I made no such promise! Ever since grade school, we had started saying about Larry. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I have a feeling I know what the next part of the title is going to be. When something smells, it's usually the butts. One needs to look no further than this man to find the king of troublemakers. Larry, I wonder if you might know what this is. Nope, not a clue. You didn't even look at it! Nah, it's because the only thing I can see right now is the form of my lovely fancy. Oh, in that case, allow me to help you steer my formant here for you for all eternity. Eek! Ah! Whippy! Whip! Trip! Now, this is a trip I'm willing to endure, especially if you can finally get some peace here. Oh, but imagine... Oh my gosh, imagine if he met Kay. Oh hey, it's the Steel Samurai! I want you to answer for this. I want you to answer for this for me, Larry. And depending on the answer, I may let you live. The Steel Samurai that was up on that stage, was that really you? Yep, sure was. Larry! You! Steel Samurai! Shishi! Ah! I was moved by the performance of this man? Like, what? This completely useless, worthless bum? I fear that I may never recover from this. At this point, it's just me having Francesca whip him a lot, which is great. There's obviously no way in hell Larry's gonna have any information about this. good that he doesn't even look at it. Honestly, I should stop getting him whipped. But what does he think about the ink? He doesn't even look at it. Great, cool. As I recall, aren't you calling yourself Lawrence Dominion now? That's Devixium! Lawrence Devixium! Get it straight! Get it straight in your head, Edgy! Ow! Yeah, that just further proves that this does actually take place after Trials and Tribulations, so. I guess in my mind I was wrong all along. And it took only a majority of the game to realize that this takes place after Trials and Tribulations. But it's actually good to know that since I did do this, that this is only a month after Trials and Tribulations. I should be good on spoilers for Apollo's Justice. Because if I recall correctly, there's 7 years between. There's 7 years between Trials and Bridges Turnabout and Turnabout Trump, which is the first episode of Apollo's Justice. Now I remember. Here's that rude intimidation of a real artist. No, you got it all wrong. I gave up on that whole Lawrence business. Besides, when Abolia left me and my heart went in pieces. That's when Mindy walked into my life. She's been so good to me that I wanted to help her in some way. I figured out it's a Steel Samurai outfit. You're insane, blathering. Less and less sense each time we meet. I believe he's saying that he's picked up this part-time job as the Steel Samurai so that he may attempt to capture the heart of the actress who plays the Pink Princess. You got it! I knew you knew what I meant, Edgy! Not really. It's not much I understand. It's not so much I understood, but simply a deduction based off of your usual motives, Optimus Larry. Larry, I'd like you to confess right now to everything you did tonight, other than giving me that autograph. Confess! Hey, don't tell me you suspect me too! Nonsense. I don't believe if you have the mental capacity is needed to plan and execute a murder. It's just like, I think you're too dumb to actually plan a murder, actually go through a murder. However, we are talking about you here, so I find it hard to believe that nothing happened. My past experience has taught me that you're always the center of some insane event. Edgy! How could you be so mean? Stabbing me with your words like that! Have you met me? Unfortunately, I don't have time to search out a key to unlock your heart this time. He made reference to the Psycho Locks! Okay, yes, I know I'm supposed to say Psyche Locks, but Edgeworth will always refer to them as Psycho Locks, so therefore they are Psycho Locks here. So I suggest that you cooperate and tell me everything you know. Okay, I get it! Actually, I do have time for Psyche Locks, I would have to go to a certain defense attorney to get the thing I need. And who knows what he's been up to for the past month. Probably not getting into any murder troubles. That won't happen until later. Okay, like I said, I know a little bit about Turnabout Trump, which is, again, like I said, the first episode of Apollo's Justice. To stop Francie from ripping me from behind. So I guess you know what I did, right, Edgy? I can't even begin to imagine. However, I imagine whatever you were up to was probably beyond my imagination. So you will tell me what exactly what you did, Larry. Nope, not yet, Edgy. It'll take more than that to loosen my lips. A lot more! Confess now. while I was up on the roof. Why the hell were you on the roof, Larry? And why exactly were you up there? Oh, you know, that wintry costume and legendary hero. Legendary hero? Santa Claus! It's fucking March! In game. It's November in real time. And it's too early for Christmas. Okay? Turn around, Christmas comes later. Santa? Claus? I wanted to do that thing where he does, so I climbed up to one of the chimneys. God damn it, Larry, it's fucking March! But when I got there was smoke pouring out of the chimney. And, well, I couldn't go down the chimney with smoke coming up, right? So, I gave up. Larry, you do realize that Santa Claus does not exist, right? Of course I know! I did graduate from junior high, you know! Then you should also understand this. If Santa was real, how would he be the biggest unlawful trespass? He would be the biggest unlawful trespasser in history. Oh, crud! Is it your attempt to imitate Santa that lands you as the prime suspect as a murder? Come on, man. What's so wrong with pretending to be Santa? Breaking and entering. Add that to the list of crimes that were committed tonight. Actually, no, that would have to go into the short list of crimes that were attempted tonight. Let's start with the fact that it will be the idea that the Isles will march in a matter of few hours. Oh, the Idols of March is March 15th. So the Idols of March is the 74th day in the Roman calendar, corresponding to March 15th. It was marked by several religious observances and was a deadline for settling debts in Rome. Santa only visits home on December 24th. That's in December, you nitwit! No! Hey, wait a sec! We're not in court! Well, that probably to be absolutely useless. There's a grandfather clock, just like there was a grandfather clock, just like this earlier in the Biology's emissary. You know, symmetry is a fine thing, but it does their interior design really suffers for it. Really, I think this clock actually fixes the core of this room quite nice. I suppose the wood does suit the all-natural atmosphere of this room. Its design and materials that made it strike gold balance with plants. Hey, you two! That's not the time to be talking about interior decorating, you know. Hurry up and save me! Be quiet! Ah! It's all part of my elite investigation. All you need to do is be quiet and watch. Actually, I do believe Larry has a point for once. There are some weapons on display in this wall. A crossbow, and under that, a set of knives bearing a flower motif. They must be the counterparts to the battle piece knives, which means that the blades inside these scabbards should match the blade that was used to kill Mr. Coachman. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious look at nook and cranny. It's the Steel Samurai's primary weapon, the Steel Samurai Spear. Isn't it awesome? I totally fell for this thing. It's slick and shiny just like my heart. It comes to you like, whoosh. when you hold it, you just want to live life like BAM! You do well to watch that what you say, Larry. Although it's just as Larry to say it, the spear is quite the symbol of valor. However, speaking of spears, aren't you supposed to use them by thrusting the point straight at your opponent? I'm not entirely convinced that the spear is up to the task. What's wrong, Edgy? You're just staring off into the distance. Oh, I get it. So, tell you what. I'll tell the studio to make you one, okay? But this one's mine. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'll just ask the real Steel Samurai, okay? I helped save the day in his murder case, after all. Did I say anything about wanting one? Maybe I can shut him up if I show him the piece of evidence. That'll point something out about the spear. No. He did not do a good worse. I'll deduce it, but I want to check everything else out. Why is there a weapon on display in a place like this? I wonder why there's no whips on display here. Yes, why are there no spears? I truly do not know, Francesca. Knives adorned with flowers are on display here. I suspect that these are the counterfeits to the Balakish knives. The blades of these knives should match the blade of the knives that killed Mr. Coachman. What? One of these knives is missing its blade. Let's see if the two pieces, the blade and handle, fit each other. It appears that they fit quite well, almost seamless. And it means that the abolition knife did find its way into Bala. But how? I can spot absolutely no difference between this Permux statue and Bala House. The statue face looks a bit like a costume hero, so you like so very much. I only wonder why you Americans have such an affinity for this kind of face. The statue wasn't made by an American, at least I suppose so. I don't suppose so. Am I connected to any evidence I hold? Eureka! Larry, about this spear. Oh, are you feeling it? BAM! I thought there was something strange about this spear. Tell me, Larry, is it just me, or is the spear a bit bent? What? No! It's the way it actually should be, yo! I have here the autograph you wrote for me earlier. For no other reason, because I'm definitely not a fan of the Steel Samurai. Now I want you to take a good look at what you drew with your own hands. You can see that the spear is clearly of a different shape. Ah! What do you have to say to that? I'm sorry! When I hold the spear in my hands, all of a sudden I feel so powerful. And then, during the practice, I swung it around and around, and BAM! It hit the wall! You're unbelievable! This is an emissary! I was a kid. One time, in an overnight field trip, I bought a fake sword and played with it late that night. I'm just a useless hot-blooded man! Larry, clarify that for me, will you? Okay, so it was some field trip, and I began to shadow fight with myself. No, not that! What you said earlier! earlier about spinning the spear and hitting the wall. Oh, that's no biggie. It's not like I left a hole or anything. That's not why I'm asking, Larry. The samurai spear is made of metal. I somehow doubt that a move as simple as spinning it around it would cause it to bend. Man, Edgy, you're so naive. Well, where did that come from? Well, you keep calling it the samurai spear, but it's not real. You can't really fight someone with it, because it's a hollow inside. You could hit it against practically anything and it would bend. Is that so? Don't tell me you thought it was real. Oh, but don't take it the wrong way. I just think that's part of your personality. That part of your cute personality is cute. God damn it, that face of Larry. I can't stand it, but I love it so much. I see. Your friendship is truly something special, Miles Edgeworth. Ugh, that's not friendship. It's utter humiliation. Ugh. Sorry, I have to drink a lot of water. My voice is being very... My voice is being very soft. Okay, I think I looked over everything here. Along the wall we shall go! Actually, let's examine this. There. What's the exact same statue sitting in the... The exact same statue sitting in Valley he has to absolutely examine. It's the Primus statue. It's a national treasure and principality of Cophelia. There was only one of these statues, meaning that one of the two is a replica. But both Alexia and Beth claim to have the real thing. What an incredibly childish thing to have fight to have. I won't rest until I expect that every nook and cranny. I hear it's very valuable and made of pure gold. It was in the national treasure of Cophelia. There's only one of these statues. It's a replica. But both Elizabeth and Bella claim to have the real thing and won't budge from their claim. One incredibly childish thing to fight. The counterpart to Balashi's butterfly is the Albacine's flower. The butterfly and the flower, they're both lovely things. But we can't interpret this to mean that Albus provides honey to Balas. Francesca, can you come up with can't you come up with a more meaningful or profound comment? Very well then, let's hear what sort of profound comment you came up with. Well, the flowers cannot survive without butterflies that spread their pollen. But butterflies cannot live without the nectar that the flowers provide. If either one were to disappear from the equation, neither would survive. How's that, Miss Von Karma? Your explanation took so long, I nearly fell asleep. Well, let's continue the investigation. Francesca, why can't you just admit I had something there? Alright, let's start playing. You did some investigation too in the Valshi embassy, right too? I did. Is there a problem? Like she says, a wolf who aims to hunt for two rabbits at once? I believe the idiom you require is he who runs after two hares will catch neither. Heh, a real wolf can catch both. I see. So what are you trying to say? Seeing how I am currently handling two cases? Heh, suit yourself. But don't say I didn't warn you. Is examining this gonna be the same thing? Yeah. Well, Francesca, can't you come up with a more meaningful or profound comment? Why can't I skip this? I've already listened to it, technically. The person taking this hand was the Steel Samurai in this picture is Ambassador Abala. It was taken just moments before the murder. Steel Samurai must be very popular. They're even using the national treasure as a backdrop. I just don't understand. What exactly is so great about the top knot there? Clearly there's a depth to this. There's clearly a depth to this show that a young person like you cannot fathom. Speaking of young people, aren't young children at the target audience of this show of costumed actors? She does have a point, but I would like to make the My Little Ponies reference, or like literally like any anime ever. Okay, not any anime ever, but you know, like Pokemon. Okay, Pokemon is definitely geared towards little kids, but there's communities around this. A fireplace. And by the looks of it, I don't think it's been used recently. Yes, I can't say that I see anything unusual about it. It must be in Master Abala's desk. The book is open on his desk. He must have been in the middle of some important work. Sapling Gross Log. It finally sprouted today. Funny, it doesn't look important work to me. Alright, let's look at the fucking body. Let's talk to this guy here. Can you give us the name? No matter how hard you try, you'll never be unnecessary in our Shoof's investigation. It's not a fact, but no matter how good he is bound to overlook something. If you insult our shift, then prepare to be punished. Oh, and how exactly would you punish us? Every investigator under Shoof's command will work to disrupt your investigation. Vindicated much? Do you have anything else for us, Detective Beth? Nope. Alright, let's look at the suspect. So this is our victim, Masquerade 2. What is it with this gaudy outfit? You don't know about Masquerade. A few months ago, this thief caused a lot of havoc on the populace. But this thief is separate from the Yatagasa. I saw they were for a while, but their MO and targets were different. Masquerade likes high value trinkets and jewels, being grotty is his signature. Gumshoe was in charge of that investigation, so he'd know more about Masquerade. That's alright. I'd probably hear our tales of his failures anyways. You haven't changed a bit, I see. In any case, let's get started, shall we? I won't rest until I suspect every suspicious nook and cranny. There's nothing a single shrug of fashion sense to Masquerade's costume. Well, at least I can appreciate the great effort he must have made into making it. You two don't know. You can't buy this costume almost anywhere now. It's being sold since when? Since around New Year's. Its streets are practically flooded with them. Turns out Masquerade is a lot more popular than I thought he'd be. That's interesting. Especially with how the stolen turnabout ended. I can't believe that foolish fool would dress up in foolish clothing to act foolishly. We got your point about three foolish is back, Francesca. We got your point. So this is the murder weapon in this case. There's blood on the blade. It's rather sweeping sword, isn't it? What did you expect? It's the Steel Samurai's daddy's secondary weapon. I only call it his secondary weapon because, although he uses the sword most in his battles, It's his trusty samurai spirit. It's his trusty samurai spirit that he turns into a real fight. Hey, Edgeworth, I don't think anybody does. I think everybody in this room can tell that you're a fan of the Steel Samurai. It's not like it's a big secret or anything. Not like I would know anything about that. You should know quite a bit about the Steel Samurai. No, I don't. Not at all. That's only because I saw the stage show earlier. Right. The owner of the store is the Steel Samurai. Or in other words, Larry. I should probably ask him about it, as the terminal has to proving his innocence. I suppose this was the Ravenclaw the Masquerade too, was he used to carry his stolen weapons. But there's nothing robbed in it now. I guess he never did manage to get his hands on whatever he was about to steal. Not to steal. I thought the Masquerade had quit the business. This guy, he's just a copycat using the name. A phony successor. He's just another petty thief. His real identity is an out-of-work guy by the name of Kashinu. Oh! Kashino! Oh, I get it! It's a pun! He's 29 and wanted on less than he charges. From his clothing and what he was carrying, we determined that this guy was the real Masquerade too. Cause of death appears to be a loss of blood from the back of the head. It seems that he was struck with something very hard. In other words, he was bludgeoned to death. What is he holding? It looks like a piece of paper from a notepad. It appears the directions on how to reach this room were written by hand. There's something written on the back as well. I'd like you to steal the Promexium statue in this room. What's that supposed to mean? Who writes a note to themselves like that? If I had to guess from the text, I would say that this is actually a request from someone who was about to steal, who wants to steal. Because who is the person that requested the safe of the Proximus statue? Okay, let's go back. What do we have for logic? Okay, we just have to smoke on the chimney. Guess we gotta talk to Larry about the sword. Can't you see it's supposed to be like the Ambassador Abala? Miles Edgeworth, as a subordinate, you have a lot of nerve telling me what to think. I'll look forward to your next salary assessment next month. You're already deluding yourself if you think you have any control over that. Larry, about the samurai steel that was used as a murder weapon. Oh, is that? Well, I shook hands with the ambassador in this room, as you know. Yes, apparently you did. And well, I totally forgot about it and left it behind. And when I left afterwards, you want to talk about shock? I was the most shocked of all when I heard that it killed someone. Ah! Foolish fool, looking especially foolish for the foolishly stating such a foolish excuse. You forgot to take something big with you? Who would believe such a tale? Sorry, Miss Von Karma, but I believe him. Because if anyone could forget something like that, it would be Larry. Edgy, you believe me! I just knew that our friendship is something special. Anyways, if Larry had simply forgotten the sword and left it behind, that in no way clears his name, which means that I will have to prove his innocent from a different angle. Okay. Do you have anything else to talk to Detective Bad about? We have a few more evidence. We left off here. Look, man. Okay. Just going with some Truska, as always. Detective Bad. So he clutched it. No. And went about his business. He was a poor excuse for a criminal. On top of which, he was only following someone else's footsteps. What a small fry. I've been a detective for a long time. I can see straight through these people. He really has a different air about him. Now, if only Gumshoe could understand like that and be more like Detective Bad, then we would have an unlovable Gumshoe. Okay, so that's all we have for evidence. That's, I guess, all we can do for Detective Bad. Sure, there's nothing else we can examine. I guess we have more evidence we can show Larry. I think we kind of left off here. Hey, that's an official Steel Samurai weapon. Huh? What? You want me to do it? Oh, you have no idea how many times fans ask me of that. What are you babbling on about now? Steel Samurai, sushi slice! How was that? I bet it shivers in his spine. No. Ah! I let myself get caught up in the being a spectator. How could I fail myself? In that case, Bip Jip! Oh hey, it's the Steel Samurai! I want you to answer for this. I want you to answer for this for me, Larry, and depending on your answer, I may let you live. The Steel Samurai that was up on the stage. Was that really you? Sure was. Larry, you! Steel Samurai, so she's like... Hey, that's an official Steel Samurai weapon, huh? What's that you want to do? Sushi slice! I guess that's all the evidence I have, so... I've sworn I investigated everything. There are decorative plants here as well. This room is overflowing with nature. Humans are used to live in the grandeur of nature once, long ago. I believe I'm not mistaken in thinking that these people are truly love nature. This is coming from a man who loves the shows featuring costume actors. Yeah! She just had to go there again, didn't she? few gorgeous flowers in full bloom here. I'm sure the flowers as lovely as these must equivalently have their name. Miles Edgeworth, are you done staring? I shall hardly think there's a passion for flowers that are all rare. Passion flowers? That's just rather an unusual name. It was named by a priest in the 15th century in the Passion of the Christ. As they say, you learn something new every day. I have pretty much examined everything I need. I think. If that's I'm just trying to figure out what the hell I'm missing. Okay, so what am I missing? Knife. Let's look at the right knife rack again. And I clearly still lack proper awareness to be a real actor. Well, it's not like I'm training to be a pro. Oh, but I guess you can call me a pro at getting caught up in this sort of mischief. You also seem to be a pro at claiming to be fine in the face of punishment instead of the mischief. Oh, I see. Tell me if I look at the statue, there's gonna be some. This is what it's telling me. You look at this photo, tell me what you find odd about the scene, Miss Von Karma. The apparent joy in the ambassador's face as he shakes the top knot's hand. That's not it. What I'm trying to point out is the statue in the photo is facing a different way. You're right. That statue is the national treasure. Such only an ambassador and a secretariat level person are allowed to handle it. The fact that the statue is facing in one way in this photo, and now it's just facing a different direction in this preserved crime scene, is proof that someone else touched the statue around the time of the crime. I guess that's about what wraps up my investigation. That's... Yo, Pink Princess, how you feeling, Lil? And yet another strange character comes out of the woodworks. And so the Pink Princess also comes to pay the Alsbin emissary a visit. I believe I may need to speak with her as well. Miss Pink Princess, I have a few questions I would like to ask you. Miss Pink Princess, if you please. Ah! Is that an old bag again? How good does that get any worse? This is what they call fate. How could this happen 2 days in a row? But what the? Aren't you Miss Oldbag? Why are you so surprised? Oh, so you're the one they got to play the Steel Samurai? Oh, it's too bad I didn't realize until now. Not until now. Your acquaintances with Larry? Oh, why yes, we worked at the same company for a little while, don't you know? No, he wouldn't know that because you know... You wouldn't know that because you only know that in Recipe Returnabout! And Edgeworth wasn't in the country for Recipe Returnabout! Sorry, I got a little worked up for that. I remember that. Because there's an achievement in the trilogy that's called Smells of Old Bag. That's why. It's okay. My Auntie Pooh, you don't need to be jealous. I'm not jealous. I'm just very shocked that all of this is happening. This is how I feel right now. This is me right now. Nah! I was in the next room, you know, trying to get some beauty sleep. But it was noisy in here, so I couldn't fall asleep. I came over to complain. Oh, I've imagined my shock when I saw my precious Edgy Poo waiting here for me. I mean, who could have imagined that you two ever come to a show like this? You would ever come to a show like this? Well, I'll have you know that I am a princess. That's why I have dual powers over your beloved Jackhammer in Turnabout Samurai. I'm forgetting characters' names, my gosh. I guess I could have misjudged you, Edgy Poo. You misjudged him? I thought he was trying to avoid me, you know. Well, I didn't know it was fucking you. That's what it is. There was no misjudgment on your part. That's precisely what I was trying to do. Oh, but the wind looks like the winds have shifted. Now he's willing to be chased after. No, absolutely not. Nope. No, siree. No, worry, Edgy Poo. I'll chase them after you forever until the end of the earth. Well, all we know is she's old, so she doesn't have much left. She doesn't have much life left. All right. Not just peachy. This is one of those rare times when for Jessica and I actually see eye to eye. I don't even want to. Okay, let's see this. Does she give a shit about the prosecutor's badge this time? Oh, what's this? A present for me? No, obviously, I can't simply give you a piece of evidence. I see, you're just embarrassed to give it to me in front of all these people. But don't worry, I can wait. A present of love from my Edgy Poo is beyond worth it. Ugh. Yep, she still doesn't give a shit about our attorney's badge. I mean, our prosecution's badge. What a bother. If you only knew how much, Francesca. Francesca, you never had to deal with this woman. I think at some... And I said, you know what, a bunch funnier. I mean, I guess that, you know, they couldn't do it because you already saw Lana earlier, but what if the Pink Princess was Lana? Oh, you can absolutely not have this one. That definitely goes to bad. Also, you are absolutely not allowed to have this ink. This is my ink. It was given to me as a gift. Also, I hope this is the last time we'll ever have to see Old Beg. Like, ever. I know I said that in... I said that in Farewell My Turnabout, but God forbid, I hope these are the last games I ever had. This is the last game I ever had to see her in. You have no idea, Francesca. This is the last piece of evidence. I knew showing her evidence would be a useless waste of time, but I just had to know if she would give a shit about my attorney's badge, my prosecution badge this time. What are you doing here? I thought you were working at Gatewaterland as the Pink Badger. What are you talking about? That was ages ago! That was yesterday! That was yesterday! They were like... Look, I worked at the Global Studios for a long time ago, right? That was like 2 years ago. Well, they called me up this morning kind of out of the blue, actually. called you? Apparently it's the girl who played the Pink Princess collapsed from a bad cold. It happened so suddenly that they called me to be her last minute replacement. Do they not have enough people on staff in that studio? I couldn't really say no, so here I am playing the role of the hero line. Instead of that Mindy girl, I mean. I'd rather have that Mindy girl, to be honest. But the poor girl, I feel bad for her. Because they let me stand in for her, they're going to have to try. Tell you there's a bunch of simpletons. You're rather lively, old lady. So basically you received a stand-in request this morning, correct? You got it. If you need to see it, I got it right here. Look. It appears that she is telling the truth. I tell you, my fine acting moved the entire audience to tears. Yes, tears of laughter, as I recall. But being famous has problems too, you know. Here, take a look at this. It's a letter from a stalker. I was just taking my break when I found this stuck underneath the door to my room. Honestly, you really have to watch out for these kind of things. Look at that, what this says. Wendy, I'll be descending on you from above tonight. Your loving night. How absolutely revolting. I mean, you have to think he couldn't get my name right. There's no accent in my name. Wait, this horrible handwriting. Where have I seen this before? Oh, but now that you're here, Edgeworth, I feel 100% safe. Wait a damn minute. Wait a damn minute. Okay. Fucking Larry. Larry fucking wrote it. Fucking shit. I do what? Where do I factor into this? You busted that evil stalker man for my sake, wouldn't you, Edgeworth? Well, if you allow me to the liberty of handling this in my own way, I'll gladly dispatch a detective to your house later. Oh, come on, Edgeworth. Stop being so dismissive and playing hard to get. What were you doing at the time of the crime? What crime? What? Do you not see the dead body? After that show was over, I had nothing but free time on my hands. So I used the fireplace in the room next door to keep my bed hip and warm. Well, a murder occurred in this room next to yours. Is that right? Oh, Edgeworth, I'm so scared. Helen calls me, carries me. Absolutely not. I will do no such a thing. You cannot coerce me to do anything of the sort. If you could not cling on to my personage! In any case, I'll take it then that you failed to show up at the Ambassador Alaba's speech. Oh, that? No, I didn't go. I mean, I may have the heart of a tender young maiden. But my body just refuses to cooperate at times. As soon as the show ended, my hips started acting up and got stiff. I couldn't move at all. Can you provide any proof of your condition? Oh, you just go ahead and ask the doctors in the infirmary. They're the ones who carried me from the theater all the way to this ambassador. I have to admit, though the thought of her not being able to leave that room is rather pleasant. Prosecutor Von Karma, I brought the police dog as you requested. Is that Missile? You guys know I love missiles. Ghost Trick version and the Ace Attorney version. There is no bad version. Good work. You may leave now, officer. This dog. I requested the assistance of Dark in our search for the Astagatsu. Looks like you guys have some pretty bright dogs in this country, too. Hey, you're a real cutie, aren't you? Yeah, that's a good boy. That's the police dog Gumshoe's been taken care of. I think his name is Missile. What a fitting name for a police dog that dashes out in front and attacks. The action alone isn't exactly what you'd solve. It's going to solve this case for us, you know. Now, Missile, I want you to go find some clues. Go! Good dog. You're really quite bright, aren't you? Unlike a certain someone I know. Now then, what do we have here? What's this? Looks like a small hot dog, but... Wait, Francesca. Isn't that an official samurai dog? Ah! No! Bad Missile! He ate it. I wonder if he's alright for him to eat that. Oh yeah, it's perfectly fine for Missile to eat it, okay? Perfectly fine. In fact, he ate some a long time, like 2 years ago. If we consider Missile, it's just a meat substance snack featuring the Steel Samurai. I'm sure he'll go far. That's quite a bit of information we gathered in a single quick glance. Well, we should really be focusing on why the Steel Samurai dog was there in the first place. It looks like that sack wasn't all Missile found. Oh, what do we have here? It appears to be a lady's shirt. I wonder if Ambassador Abala might have an interest in cross-dressing. I somehow doubt it. It doesn't look like the shirt would even fit him. A samurai dog and a lady's undershirt. What are these two items doing in a room like this? Given the circumstances, the lady's undershirt could only belong to one person. I suppose I should get this over with and ask the owner of the undershirt about it. Finally! I can use it! I can use fucking logic here! There's no trace of this room's fireplace being used. And your point is? Ahem. Smoke was apparently pouring out of the chimney connecting to this fireplace. At least according to Larry. That's a contradiction of facts, is it not? Are you sure he wasn't just disoriented or something up on that roof? There is some testimony from Larry, from an investigator, that puts Larry in this particular chimney. So no, I don't think it was a mistaken impression on Larry's part. On the other hand, the fireplace next door, in the next room, I hear you at the time. Where do you suppose the smoke from that fireplace went? Ah, I see. So what you proposing is this. The smoke that came out of this chimney was actually from his old bag fire. So basically the fireplace of the neighboring rooms. Share one chimney. Is that what you're implying? Precisely. Alright. Could you please take a look at the brown color undershirt? Oh, edgy poop. What's the meaning of this? I found it. Missile found it in the fireplace. Why did you steal that thing from my bag? All you had to do was ask, and I would gladly give it to you as many as you'd like. Ah! Thanks, but no thanks! No, not at all. No, please. That shirt was found here at the crime scene. What? Come now, why don't you just confess and explain what it's doing here? I know nothing, I tell you! What? Oh, I admit that I used the fireplace to dry that shirt, but I can't really help the fact that I had to, you know? Wearing that pink princess costume is like being in a sauna. On top of that, I get fingered as a suspect. You're too cruel, Edgy Poo. Are you claiming that you never once stepped foot inside this room? Of course I am. If that has been the only one to find, if I happen to be the one to find the body, do you think I'd be calm as relaxed as I am now? I tell you, it's always like this. I was always been missing, and I've always that lawyer. It's a da. I'm not reading that at all. Nope. Honestly, can't help it. Will you marry me? Honestly, men these days. Well, I don't believe she's lying about her actions. I can safely assume she's really was drying her shirt by a fireplace on her break. And somehow the undershirt managed to move from the next room to this room. I assume that the samurai dog was also yours? Ah, that brilliant mind of yours. You really can't sense everything about me. And so the feeling of dread continues, as I suppose I should ask for more details. The samurai dog was yours, wasn't it? Oh, of course, I'm forever yours, as you would you too. Great time. If you could just stick to what I asked you. Edgy, are you and Miss Oldbeck? No! No! Oh, you really don't change, do you? When will you learn to take a joke? Anyways, that samurai dog wasn't mine. Those things are a present from the studio to the ambassador. A present? The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We're supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had them pile them into all the push carts and just move them all. The studio guy should have delivered those things by himself, right, Edgy? So, did you deliver the samurai dogs to the embassy staff as per your instructions? Hey, Edgy! Don't just ignore my question! Aren't you going to stick up for me? About that. After seeing the show, I went to rest a spell in the dressing room. Because of my old bad hip, you know? And they were samurai dogs just sitting in the dressing room floor. I suppose you had to make preparations for distributing them after the show. Oh, well, by preparation, you mean by sampling them as well. Excuse me? Oh, I tried one and thought they were actually quite good. Sorry, but I just had to find out, you know. It was silly of me to think this, but I figured since they are for a kid show, their taste was probably for kids too. But they're so good that I couldn't stop. Before I went back to my room, I just helped myself to half a dozen or so boxes. As I sat there by the roaring fire, warming them and eating them, I thought, this is... And this is where, like, if I was also, like, being subtitled or just, like, ... What is it now? Oh, I know. I bet you want a box, too, don't you, my edgy poo? Well, who am I to say no to you? But I'm only giving you one. The rest are all for me. Thanks for the evidence, Miss Oldbag. Looks like the lesson for today is that when the Steel Samurai and the Pink Princess take off their masks, they transform into a pair of annoying troublemakers. Exactly, Francesca. Well, when in doubt, logic. The lady's undershirt that Missile found. Ah! What are you getting all excited over holding it to a lady's undergarment? Miles Edgeworth, you are on Castle Sea Slug. If you know the owner of that said shirt, then hurry up and return it to her already. You have it all wrong. This is evidence. And the owner of this piece of evidence was in the room next door. And yet, despite that, Missile found in the fireplace of this lady's undershirt. Are you seriously claiming that somehow passed through the solid brick of wall? Not quite. The fireplace in this room is connected to a chimney. The other fireplace in the room also connected to the same chimney, leading us to the possibility that the two fireplaces are connected to each other. Perhaps a closer look at the back of the fireplace is in order. There's an X on the back of the fireplace. Let's see if I can get a better look at it. What in the? The wall separating this room into the next room's fireplace. apparently turns. As I expected, this fireplace does indeed connect this room to the neighboring room. It appears to be nothing particular about the next room. But the fact that there's nothing special about the next room isn't what is important. It's the fact that there is a secret passageway through the fireplace. We now know that the fireplace is connected to the two rooms. But how exactly is that significant? You aren't going to suddenly name the old lady as the masquerade too now killer now, are you? No, she couldn't move at all because of her stiff hip. So she could not have been the one. Unfortunately, I believe that this fireplace has nothing whatsoever to do with the masquerade 2's killer. Nailed it. It appears that the answer has made itself known. You're making quite a confident face there, Mr. Prosecutor. Bring it on. I'm ready to counter any arguments you may have. Very well then, if you are prepared. I'll show you exactly where my deductions have led me. Good! I'm counting on you, Edgy. Leave it to me, Larry. My first attack will be to expose your lie for what it really is. My lie?! I know that there's still something you're keeping from the rest of us. What's wrong with you? Why is it what you will believe no matter what I say, Edgy? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Curse you. I should have hurried up and died if that was how it's gonna be. I confess to every murder in the whole world, then kill myself. And throw everything into mass confusion! Heh, you made some wonderful friends as a child, I see. You should meet the certain defense attorney I know, who I also would consider a, quote, friend. Larry, I only have one thing to say to you. Even if you make that face at me, it's no use! A man who's ready to die is so strong-willed, you know! Larry, it doesn't matter what sort of harebrained trouble you cause. I only ask that you do not lie to me. If you cause an innocent person to be judged unfairly because of some stupid lie, I will never forgive you. Although, allow me to say that I consider you to be among the innocents in this case, and that I will draw the real killer out. You can trust me on this, alright? This time I'll tell you the whole truth, okay? What happened, what didn't happen, no works. How would you tell me what didn't happen? That we would be here a long time. Just what happened will do. Now then, if you please testify as what you did up on the roof tonight. After the show, I left my pushcart in the rose garden and came out to the embassy. Then they took a picture of me shaking hands with me and passed her. After that, until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know. So then I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try. Larry, I thought I just finished telling you not to lie anymore. But it's kind of ultra embarrassing. I will drag it out of you. You hear that, Larry? I'm gonna zoom in for this. Oh, nope. That is not. I will drag it out, Larry, but... Oh, when did I get these? I will drag it out of you, Larry, but... I wonder if I just did like this for like the rest of the investigation, like just the testimony, just until we drag the truth out of him. And what exactly is so ultra embarrassing that you can't tell me? Edgy, man, I just said it was embarrassing, so of course I can't just blurt it out. So you're just gonna have to reason it out of me. As your superior, I command you to hurry up and expose this man's lie. Alright, I will, okay? Just calm down, Francesca. I will expose. The last thing I do. Ha ha ha! I'm gonna put my serious mode on. I'm kidding, no, that's Agent Lane mode. I have every intention to, for I'm not about to let us waste time on such a trifle matters. You left the pushcart. Could you please clarify that statement for me? Yeah, so the wheels on the pushcart are covered in dirt from the rose garden. It would have made a mess of the floor inside, so Ambassador Bella said just to leave it. Well, it would be rather impolite to dirty another country's ambassador. Come to think of it, I recall seeing the pink princess on my way to the ambassador. What was she doing? Nothing in particular, because she was being carried by some docs in a stretcher. She must have been incapacitated by the pain of her bad hip that she suffered during the show. So I came into the ambassador, right? And then they took a picture of me shaking hands with the ambassador. So you shook hands with the ambassador of the Kingdom of Alabasta, did you? Yeah, can you believe it? Did some really cool change. But honestly speaking, nothing interesting about the shaking of some guy's hand. Hey there, are you disrespecting another country of their very own emissary? Someone with their roots in this country. I feel nothing but incredibly shame for at the second. Agreed. I apologize for his inconsiderate words. Now, Larry, please continue. Why was this all you people? You keep saying that kind of things, and I'm telling you, and I'll tell you only lies. You're already telling us nothing but lies, so let's get a let it go and move on. Alright, you don't need to glare at me like that, edgy. And that until my next appearance, I had some free time, so I wandered around. Larry, I want you to listen very carefully and take this to heart. The whole point of your life is the cause of misery and pain to everyone you encounter. I know, I get it. I'm totally the bad guy again. I thought you were his friend. Don't you think that was a bit harsh? Like she said, true friends are boss. Again, you should meet a certain defense attorney, I know. It's a shame that Phoenix will never meet Lang. It's a damn shame. If you're in trouble, call on your blossom friends on whose shoulders you can truly cry. Hey, Blossom Buddy, I've listened carefully to my testimony. Has it crossed your pea-sized brain yet that Agent Lang is only out to arrest you, Larry? Now then, you were wandering inside the emissary, and then what happened? That's when I spotted the chimney. A chimney like that is a rare thing, you know. I should hardly think that chimneys are that rare. Agreed. In such a sense, they are a traditional feature of American houses. Plus, many grand buildings have even larger and fancier chimneys. Yeah, but the kind of chimney I'm talking about is the real romantic. A romantic chimney. It might sound kind of silly, but women seem to really enjoy them. Let me zoom out. I would have to disagree. I do not find them so romantic, you know? Kind of hard to tell, you know? And I just had a good feeling about that chimney. So then I wanted to play Santa and decided to give it a try. You suddenly wanted to play Santa. Oh, well, actually, I dressed up as Santa once before already. Turnabout Christmas. I mean, in technicality, I should say Turnabout Goodbyes, but Turnabout Goodbyes is also Turnabout Christmas for us here in this community. That was done at Grood Lake. Yeah! I appreciate if you wouldn't drush up us unnecessary memories for me. Sounds like you guys share a lot of history. Perks of being childhood friends, huh? Besides, it's not a felony to dress up and play Santa, you know. Santa doesn't go around killing people after he comes down to family's chimney, after all. Actually, it's worth developing into whether or not he's playing Santa. Playing Santa's a big deal. When in doubt, raise an objection. Actually, I believe in the case of this man playing Santa, it's quite actually a big deal. Are you saying that your buddy isn't exactly made of Santa quality stuff? Precisely. You hit the nail on the head again. Hit the nail on the head, Agent Lang. Hey, Edgy! That's so incredibly mean! Tell me something, Larry. Did you know that Santa's job is to deliver presents to people all over the world? Of course I know that! I did graduate from junior high, you know. In that case, it's your turn to tell me something. I want you to tell me whom you were delivering a present to. I was, delivering a present to a child not basking in the glow of love. It must be the most elegant description I've ever heard. But a lie is still a lie. You sure know how to kick a guy when he's down, you know that? In any case, the person you wish to deliver was most certainly... Oh, bag. Ex-security lady? Hey, interesting taste you got there, Mr. Suspect. Don't spread lies about me! I totally didn't want to steam his old bag so much that I tried to go down a chimney. Ow! I advise you to stop right there in the bashing of a lady. Well, I must admit that I myself hardly ever has to want to run into that lady. However, what if you were misinformed under the wrong impression? Then what? Fine, wrong impression. I simply mean that the man before you entered the old lady's room without knowing one very important fact. And that fact is the best summed up with this. Wait, let me check that again. Wait! That doesn't say Wendy! I think that's supposed to say Mindy! Objection! Larry, I'd like you to take a look at this piece of evidence. No way! But it's not really all that important, is it? It's always like this. You're acting so high and mighty when you just bully me. That's why I refuse to look at it. Be quiet and just take a look. Well, if you say so, Francie, but only because you say so. Some people never change. Even if their attitude does change at the whim of a woman. So what's up with that anyways? Why is it proof that you never even knew it existed, of course? Oh, what's that all of a sudden? I don't need that right now, so you just give it back. I'll just give it back to you. What? I got you in the ropes now, don't I? What's that piece of evidence unrelated to the question at hand? It is? One more time. Larry didn't know one very important fact when he tried to sneak into the old bat's room. That fact is to sum up was this. Oh! The something is that the old lady received from her employer for the night. The girl formerly played the Pink Princess. Mindy. What's it again? Seems that this man is quite taken with that actress. Hold it! But that's not true, Edgy! Now why are you the Steel Samurai? She's the one with the hots for me. I just know it. I can feel her sexy beam pierce my heart. Sexy beam, I tell you. You filthy, despicable, inconsiderate, frickle, idiotic, cowardly appreciation of a man. You haven't matured at all since we last met. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Yes? This guy. He's got bigger problems than just getting involved in murders, I take it. I suppose you could put it that way. Hey! What the heck, man? I don't get you guys at all! Stop being the center of all of my troubles. You're like on the list of people I have to deal with their shit. Why do you all have to make me out to be some sort of bad guy? To return to the original topic, I suppose at least this much has been made clear. Without any knowledge that Miss Mindy had fallen ill, Larry tried to make his way to the Pink Princess's room. That much we know is for sure. Hey, Edgy! Looks like I got the hang of this court thing now. We're not in court. But we're not in court at the moment. Shut up! I see what's going on here, and it looks like just like what you do in court. I guess the old boy still here has something he'd like to say. Like she says, until the roots of the tongue dries, one never knows the whole truth. That's probably the most frustrating thing you've ever said. But I still love you, man. You shouldn't form conclusions until everything is out in the open, which is why I'll listen. Alright then, get ready to listen to me and defeat Edgy is in a battle of wits. Larry, have you forgotten that I should lose to your that should I lose, your victory prize will be your arrest? So all you think is that I wanted to do is go visit Mindy? Well, I dressed up as Santa and climbed up into the chimney, but the smoke was real thick. It was a case of mistaken identity, and that mistake made me late for the speech. Then, to top it all off, I became a suspect in a murder. That's what you really meant. But why would I ever put myself through such a humiliation on purpose? I have a sense that Larry's gonna get fired. Hey! Someone say something! Larry, are you seriously trying to submit this not as a confession, but as a testimony? So what if I am? Is there something wrong with that? My claim is a claim claiming my claim. Do you have any problem with that? What, are you trying to steal Francesca Singh? But instead of saying fool, you're saying claim? So who's you? You're my stalker. But I should warn you, it doesn't matter what kind of flattery you throw at me. I'm devoted type whose soul is focused on the edge, who is alive. I drop him dead and faithful, and I can also. I cannot. Ah! I'm so inspired. You're such an inconsiderate, cowardly, idiotic, and all-around completely worthless man. I thought I heard something ominous just now, but perhaps it was just my imagination. I believe there's nothing further for me to prove at this point. What do you mean? Of course you still have something to prove. You still have to show some proof that I was trying to meet up with Mindy. Proof, you say? Remember, Edgy? Everything is evidence in court, right? You mean evidence is everything in court, Larry. I understand your point. But I understand. Yeah, I'm totally pro at this now. Very well. If you wish to see the evidence, then let me show you the last piece of evidence you ever wish to see. Why don't I just show him that? Well, I have been saying that for a while now. After all, if not for that, then what other reason do you have to go down the chimney? You can't say without any evidence. That's against the rules, Edgy. Thanks for keeping the prosecutor in line for me, Mr. Suspect. I have the evidence. If you wish to see it so badly, I can introduce you to Larry. Read the evidence. And now, kiss. Man. But that's no good to keep them waiting, my subordinate. Now hurry up and show them already. Lies! All lies, Edgy! Well, if you wish to lie, then by all means, continue. Because I'm ready to expose your lies at any moment's notice. You won't get the better of me. I'll let you see. I'm just gonna show the evidence. Let's keep it simple. Larry, don't even think about denying that you have knowledge of this letter. Hey! What are you showing that to me? Wendy, I'm descending to you from above tonight, your loving knight. Well, isn't that just romantic? But you weren't able to descend from her above, were you, Mr. Loving Knight? Hag! I have no idea what you're talking about! I don't remember a thing! You can't pretend to be ignorant. You can pretend to be ignorant all you like, but it's written right here. This letter proves that you were not, you're not to me the old lady, but rather you were attempting to pay Miss Mindy a visit. What part of this letter shows the person Larry, I suggest you take a penmanship lesson. That is, if you never wish to experience this level of embarrassment ever again. But what the heck? What are you talking about? Speak English! You wrote Mindy so softly it became Wendy to the average eye. Hey, stop picking on me. It's so embarrassing! There. Isn't that what childhood friends are for? They're the best, aren't they? I haven't talked to a childhood friend in a while. I should go message her. For punching. But that will have to wait until we're off this crime scene. Eek! Edgy! Save me from the scary man! It's okay, you can call him a wolf man. He's a hot wolf man, I'll say that for damn sure. Sure, if you're willing to make amends, start with your incredibly embarrassing mistake. That wasn't me! Come again? It was a fake! Someone's out to get me, since they made that fake letter. Set me in some... Accept your defeat graciously. But you guys are being so mean. We're just here to get the truth. I was stumbling on words. That was something Edgeworth would never do. Hold it. Penmanship analysis. What's that? No matter who of all people has certain unique features to their handwriting. Ergo, we all have to do is compare the handwriting to this handwriting in a letter to a sample of yours. And we'll know soon enough that it's you who sent this letter. I'll never write another thing in my life. But, tisk. It's no use, Mr. Loving Knight. For you've already graciously provided me with a sample of your handwriting. This autograph in our mysterious letter. If we compare the handwritings, we'll know the answer to the questions soon enough. Confess now, Larry, to your miserable failure. I'm sorry! I did it! It was me! Causing trouble again! I admit it! You have to know what the energy! So you finally confessed. I thought the big prince was being carried out of the stretcher and got worried, alright? I wanted to go to Mindy's room, but the doctors wouldn't let me in. So what choice did I have? It was the chimney or bust, Edgy! Your mind jumped from the door to the chimney. What a criminally overactive imagination. Well, Well, at least I was honest and wrote Bitty a letter and stuck it under the door. I wish you wouldn't be so shocked when I came down through the chimney. Except for the fact that the letter was an utter failure at conveying said sentiment. I'm really, really sorry. Larry, you may be a shameful good for nothing blight on the face of humanity. However, I always knew you weren't the killer. I told you to trust me, because at the very least, I can attest to that about you. Edgy, you're... Yeah! We have lost a lot of valuable time because of you. Don't go after Francesca. She's not fucking worth it. Now! In any case, I believe we can both say we know exactly what happened. Mr. Larry Butts sought to climb down the chimney, not for an access to the crime scene, but to enter the room of the elderly lady next door. Great job, Mr. Prosecutor. Although I still find it still unbelievable that the two of you were our friends. We're not really. He's just someone I knew. Somebody that I used to know. But the suspicion on that guy over there isn't completely resolved yet, so don't get any funny ideas about running off, okay? Edgy, what does the wolfman mean when he says I'm not off the hook yet? He means that the murder weapon. Larry, did you forget? There are 2 layers of suspicion hanging over your head. That's exactly what I mean. You can only rely on the words of the suspect, after all. We may have figured out that he was where he was and what he was doing all night, but the blood-stained samurai sword that was left on the crime scene. As long as there's no satisfactory explanation for that, this wolf will refuse to ease up on his bite. Gee, that guy! He seriously looks like he's about to take a bite out of me. I'm well aware, and you should be aware that this coming up battle will be crucial. Thanks to the cooperation of your lovely bumblers. I have dealt a very nice hand and a sweet trump card. Looks like we're about to enter the final bout. Nah. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, let's see what you got. I can easily point out the contradiction in this supposed murder weapon, but the real problem is for me is figuring out what the real murder weapon is. This will be a high-stake gamble, but there's one game I cannot afford to lose. I was the one who found the body of the victim de Masquerade too. Besides him, there was the samurai seal glittering red, offering up the scent of blood. It was supposed to be the steel samurai's dressing room, but I found it here instead. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner, the suspect Larry Butts, in here too. Isn't it a bit far-fetched to accuse someone simply of the basis of ownership? But this owner wanted to sneak into the crime scene. I think that's plenty to go on, don't you? Are you alluding to his reason for being at the chimney? We already established that. Hold on there, Mr. Prosecutor. You two are longtime friends, right? Friends are a strong word. Just to say you didn't fabricate the evidence to give him an alibi. You're accusing me of fabricating evidence? You think I can believe anything you produce? Forging evidence is all you prosecutors do. Okay, I may have forged evidence at one point, but it was not my fault. So, objection. Smith has serious issues with prosecutors. Come on. I can't think up something as complicated as that, right, Edgy? Larry, I can agree because I know you and your personality well. However, Agent Lang knows nothing about you, or me, for that matter of fact. I sense that his hatred for my entire profession is maintaining from his entire being. Meaning that the only way I can prove Larry's innocence is with presenting unrefutable evidence. So you were the first to discover the body at this time. This time. What's that supposed to mean? You better watch what you say. I only said this time because earlier Kay was the first to discover the body in Valia. And your secretary, Agent Sheena, was ready to accuse her for the murder and for that. Ha! So you're gonna use that excuse to call me suspicious now? Of course not. I was simply pointing out the usual pattern in discoveries of bodies. But Valia case was proof that she was holding the weapon, right? Well, in this one, it's a bit different, since we know exactly where the weapon is. Besides him, the Steel Samurai was glimmering red in blood. Excuse me, but glimmering red and offering up the sense of blood. Do I have to spell it out for you? I mean, the sight and smell of blood, of course. And according to the test, the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. And the sword was made only to use unstained. So it's not that sure. But it's pretty weighty. Certainly heavy enough to beat someone to death with. Which leads me to the suspect. The suspect who was beaten to death with the sword. Beaten to death, huh? This last statement is too important to just let slip by. Being him, the samurai covered in the victim's blood. The sword is covered in the victim's blood. Yeah, the lab results confirm the blood on the sword matches the victim. But the sword is as dull as the vanilla emblem. It's just a stage prop after all. Yes, the Steel Samurai is about safety first, so you can't use it like a real sword. The Steel Samurai has spoken. The Pink Princess also appears to say something. Also appears to have something she'd like to petition to you personally. But what the Pink Princess would like to say can wait for the day after the eternity. Anyways, my point is that even the sword is too dull to slice with. It certainly has enough of a bludgeon to put someone to death. Therefore, I suppose that he beat the victim to death with that thing. About the samurai sword, have you received a report from the forensics yet? They confirmed that the blood on the sword belongs to the victim. Alright, but they had to confirm that the outline wound that consists of the weapon? Tell me something. Do you see the dead body right in front of you? So, they were conducting the observation right now. Shouldn't the body that body not be here? Well, I suppose so. I guess they must still be investigating this room. Meaning that it's possible that he doesn't know about that piece of evidence's true nature. Anything else you'd like to chit-chat about? No. Good. Now let's continue. It was supposed to be in this samurai dressing room, but I found it here instead. Larry already testified that he forgot to throw samurai steel here. Yeah, I was shaking hands with the ambassador in here, and I left it behind by accident. So what? You lied earlier, so who's to say that this is an excuse? It's just another lie. But I forget stuff all the time, right, Edgy? Tell him! Why didn't you tell him yourself? You See, what did I tell you earlier? No one buys such a pathetically weak excuse. Yes, well, I know it's not possible to prove such an excuse has truth. And yet you offer it up as fact. You're a worse person than I originally thought. You're free to think what you'd like. However, I know that Larry is not the killer. Agent Lang, please continue with your argument. I'll expose the flaw in it soon enough. Plus, I found the murder weapon's owner and the suspect, and Larry Butt's in here too.
Hold it!
Just because he's the owner of the weapon, therefore he must be the killer, is it? No, climbing all the way up to the chimney is pretty suspicious in my books as well.
Objection!
Regarding that, I've already drawn out the truth, and the truth is one thing I don't bet. It doesn't matter if it's you or whoever. You prosecutors are all the same. As for me, prosecutors is one thing I don't trust.
Objection!
An agent who doesn't trust in prosecutors, what are you playing at? Sorry, sis. There's only two things I trust. My subordinates and evidence of crimes. Agent Lang hates prosecutors, but as long as he trusts the evidence that has been left at a crime scene, and there is something shown that he can believe in. Simply not possible for the Steel Samurai to be the real murder weapon. So I should focus on proving that Agent Lang first. Let's give this a try. Oh! Do you know what this is, Agent Lang? If not, I could go into very much detail but it's not like I'm a fan of the Steel Samurai or anything. Nope. Okay. It's a long spear, right? We used those a lot in my country a long time ago. Piercing, mowing people down. Spears are the weapons of heroes throughout history. It's the next most efficient weapon after the whip. I think the whip is in a slightly different category. So what's your point? Are you telling me Are you gonna tell me that spear is the real weapon? No, I simply want you to take a look at this section here. The way it's bent? Precisely. Apparently a certain troublemaker hit against the wall in this embassy earlier, and as you can clearly see, the Steel Samurai's weapons are hollow. In other words, their replicas aren't strong enough to deliver a damaging bow, let alone the multiple strikes necessary to bludgeon someone to death. And yet, there's not even a dent in the samurai sword. How do you explain that? Ah! Yeah! I love this. I love that moment. Just like, ha! Yeah! Oh yeah, the sword and the spear are made of the same stuff, so that they bend easily. But I wish they made them a bit better stuff because the spear got bent. I wasn't able to do my special early summer rain jab move. Man, I got such an earful from the director of the play for not doing it in the show. The Steel Samurai special move was changed tonight because of him. Oh god, my voice. Down! That's more than enough for you whining, whimpering. Now, back to the topic of the spear. Yes, let's return to the real topic of discussion. This is where the real gamble begins. I don't have a real strategy per se, but so all I can do now is let the chips fall where they may. Using guesswork and taking the risk in a place of real logic is hardly the wrong Karma way. It's neither smart nor very clever. Miss Von Karma, as you know, unlike your father, I am not a genius prosecutor. Plus, I doubt his record of a 40-year win streak will ever be broken. Needless to say, we both don't have perfect records. Because of a certain defense attorney. How many times am I going to reference Phoenix tonight? But perhaps it's for the best that it remains unbroken. For no one should be conceived in the notion to convict all defendants in the first place.
Objection!
What a foolish statement from a foolish fool who hates to lose. I mean, I've lost plenty. It's the job of our prosecutors to make sure that all defendants are found guilty in court. There's nothing more important in this world than a perfect victory. That may be your opinion. However, I don't believe in that. That's where we all are. As a prosecutor, what I pursue is not the perfect victory, but the perfect truth. If that means the bridge I must cross will crumble beneath my feet, then let it crumble as I walk towards the truth. You're good at keeping me entertained, Mr. Prosecutor. But you know, humans are a delicate creature. The slightest bump and we expire. I'd like you to consider, if you will, the possibility that the sword was just used in a way to attack to kill. Was used in such a way that the attack killed Masquerade 2 without being bent. So what do you think of my hypothetical scenario? I think you know what to do, right? And what you need? Of course. What's that evidence I need that even ancient Lang can't refute? This is it. It's time to begin bringing this to a close. Why, Larry? Part 2. It's possible to use the samurai sword to kill someone. And under these circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. We searched the embassy top to bottom, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. So it's only natural that the suspicion would fall on the owner of said weapon. How long did you intend to cling on to that protrossus theory? As long as I want to, because we examined every corner within the walls of this embassy. There's no stone we left unturned. And we managed to come up with the one and only logical conclusion. That this place inside this embassy was the victim's blood is on the sword.
Hold it!
You left no stone unturned. Is that a fact?
Knuckle back!
If you got something to say, then say it only in the way I respect, Mr. Prosecutor. With evidence. Yes, of course. In that case, allow me to make it all crystal clear for you.
Hold it!
May I inquire into how you're able to make such a claim, Agent Lang? Lang Shi says, capable of miracles beyond comprehension, a mysterious creature is the man. Rather than this man, it's Agent Lang's quotes that are getting increasingly incomprehensible. The human body is a mysterious thing. Even even with a toy-like sword. It's easy to kill a man if you hit just the right spot, which is why I think it's possible to kill with this thing without leaving a dent. But we can only be sure one way or the other by seeing if the wound matches the sword. I know that, but as long as it is a possibility, I proclaim it as I like it. In other circumstances, it's the only logical conclusion. But you must know that your conclusion is wrong. Given the circumstances, I am the only person who I can trust are my subordinates, because they are much more trustworthy than a bunch of prosecutors will ever be. And you call yourself a professional. You still don't see it, do you, Mr. Prosecutor? You have to earn my trust. And the only way to do that is show me proof of another possible murder weapon. Another possible weapon in this room. There's only one thing left. This is gonna be a gamble, but I can't withdraw from the game now. You're not gonna get me to trust you by the power of your glare alone, you know. Plus, I have another reason. That's why I think the samurai sword is the murder weapon. He searched the ambassador talking about him, but the victim's blood is only on that weapon. The only place where you could find blood on the samurai was the samurai sword. That's right, even with Luno. Which means that there's no other possibilities outside that I've already outlined. Do I have a problem with Agent Lane's assertion that the samurai sword on the weapon? Raise an objection! If you believe that there is no other door possibility left to open, then allow me to force one open for you. And how do you plan to do that? By showing you what may possibly be the real murder weapon. Ha! Not a real murder weapon. I hate to repeat myself, but my men have already searched every last inch of this emissary, and they have concluded that nothing else could have been used as a weapon. Knowing these facts, do you still want to press forward with your little hypothesis? Of course. Because it's not possible that your men inspected everything in their investigation. What are you talking about? I don't appreciate mind games. I don't appreciate them when people like you slander my men. I'm not slandering them, I assure you. I'm merely pointing out that their investigation into Dragnet has a few holes in it. Namely, that there is something your men couldn't lay a finger on. That item is the real murder weapon. Alright then, I'll play along for now. This real murder weapon that killed Masquerade 2. What exactly is it? The real murder weapon, which not a single person has yet to touch, is this. This is the weapon you're looking for. Ling Shi says, one should always perform one's job in a proper manner. I can't see how that proper is. Show me the evidence devoid of appropriation or relation. Now, was I mistaken? Ha! Now then, Mr. Prosecutor, we give you one more chance. But only one more. You got that because that's all I got play time for. Now, Mr. Rincon, think this through carefully. The real murder weapon they call Master A2 has to be out of that thing. I just know it. The national treasure of Alabast. You mean the premier statue? Yes, and as you know, only the ambassador and his secretary may touch it. Which I believe that means neither you or your men were able to examine it, correct? Ha! You know very well that if we did, there would be an international incident. Between the Kingdom of Alabast and the Republic of Bala, the two countries' precious relationship teasers and bound. over the stupid fight related to some solitary statue. But I'll be damned if I let something go unexamined.
Hold it.
Agent Lane, if you could take a look at this. The direction of the statue facing the before and after of the crime are different. There's only one conclusion I can draw from that. Go ahead. Go look for Ambassador Alaba and get him to give us the okay to examine the statue. Shift! You can't listen to the info of those words. It's most definitely trying to trick you. Shift! Please don't let this let's be rational about this. Grr. Lang Shi says, just go already! That's my favorite one. Yeah, yes, sir! Shoo! Yeah. I'm really sorry, sir, but I was unable to convince the ambassador. I was unable to obtain permission for us to examine the Permic statue. I see. Wait, but then the investigation is at a standstill. Agent Lang, I'll go and speak with the ambassador personally. Save your breath. You may act all weak and frail, but that old man's one tough good. I guess you gotta be tough when you're representing a whole country, you know? Agent Lang, what do you want? Let's just hurry up and examine the statue already. But, Chief, what about the causing an international incident? Quiet! I'll take the fall if I have to later. Agent Lang, the hypothesis is mine, so if someone's going to take the responsibility, let it be you. Responsibility? If we're going to talk in such heavy terms, maybe I should let you. It'd be a real problem for my men if something were to happen to me. Alright then, let's talk more investigation. If we want to know the truth, we can't stop here. Action must be taken. Agent Lang, I'd like to run an Illumos circumstances test on the statue. Illumos test? Huh, good thinking. If the statue is the murder weapon, then some of the victims' blood should be on it. Okay. Get the forensics team in here. Hey, looks like you hit the jackpot, Mr. Prosecutor. Guess this means that this is the real murder weapon that killed Master Grade 2. Indeed. But I wouldn't celebrate yet if I were you. It doesn't let your friend off the hook. It doesn't prove that he didn't kill Master Grade 2. So the charges remain. We're hardly done examining the statue, Agent Lang. Knowing that it is the real murder weapon, I believe further examination is required. Ha! You think so? Okay then, knock yourself out. With the sword drawn and ready to a certain aura of valor around him. Lang Shane sees those who hold the sword hold an equally strong will. It's said that the weapon once holds reflects the strength of the will of one character. I wonder if this was created as a show of the country's majesty. Ooh, what does Francis Webb say about her character? It says that I'm ready to exact punishment on those who would break the law. Why are you glaring at me? I thought you understood that I'm not the killer. I believe in your case. She wishes to exact punishment before anything else happens. Upon closer inspection, he really does look like the Steel Samurai. Okay, maybe that's why they chose him to be a goodwill ambassador. I actually can't discredit that hypothesis. Or maybe the people at this embassy really, really like the Steel Samurai. Absolutely preposterous. I don't think it's that unlikely. You mustn't go around denouncing people's opinions. And yet, look how easily you discredit mine. Not that I care why they chose him. There's a shield on his back. I wonder if it's supposed to mean that his back is covered. Li Shane says, those with a shield on their back deflect their enemies behind them. It means that he's ready for any blindside attacks that may come his way. Agent Lang, there's no need to attach overly complex meanings to such a simple thing. Ha! You don't seem to get Li Shang Shi saying. So I was just explaining it to you. Saying itself was what I was referring to when I said overly complex, you know. Oh whoa! Oh whoa! What's this? Nyeh. What do we have here? A dirty smudge. It looks like a handprint. What definitive evidence do you have to it? What's the definitive bit of evidence like you doing under here? It's like trying to sweet talk the fucking evidence. Looks like we got some fingerprints to analyze. What's kissing area does responsible and Larry. But it looks like to me, it looks a bit too late to me to do anything about that now. Hey, forensics guy! I want results on those fingerprints ASAP. You hear me? Agent Lang, I have the analysis results, sir. Good. And? Sir, about the prints we lifted from the bottom of the statue? Well, you know the victim of the murder and the battle, she is emissary? They're Manny Coachman's? The prints belong to him, to Mr. Manny Coachman, sir. But that's what's going on around here. Well, it looks like the two cases I'm putting myself into are related. So does that mean Manny killed this Casino guy? No, that's impossible. Each forensic statue can only be handled by someone of that country. But by the very fact that Mr. Cushman's mentions are in this one, it leads me to only one conclusion. They've been switched! This statue is actually Balia's print mix. This statue. Impossible! It can't be! Aye! Larry never once stepped foot in Valash's soil, so he was free to go. However, this new piece of information only served to confuse us even further. The ringleader of a smuggling ring operation was killed with an albinistic knife in Valia. And the masquerade too was killed on Algia's soil was Balia's natural treasure. And the mystery of the great thief Yasa Gaspard who visited both countries. The pieces were there, but I have yet to see the big picture that they were to form. And we'll continue that next week. So thank you guys all for coming. I hope you guys I truly appreciate everyone for coming tonight. And goddamn, my voice definitely does hurt. My god. Oh my, me so my, or whatever. So anyways, so I don't think I'm streaming this weekend. So I'll see you guys on Tuesday for more Ace Attorney investigations. Go too late, Kappa? I mean, it was a long fun time, so. That's well, if anything, I should say, I don't know if, I don't remember if there is think we do have a video. I think there is a video out tomorrow on Madcap's channel. I believe that's our thing. I believe our Thanksgiving special coming out. It was a really fun one, not gonna lie. It was quite fun to record, but I don't see anybody right, so we're just gonna end it. So I hope you guys all enjoyed tonight, and I'll see you guys again on Tuesday.